All right, so we're down here again, and got a few new things going on. I think I've tried to make this video a couple times now, and it's something has happened each time that wasn't quite right, but hopefully we'll get it right this time. So there's a few new things around. I think I mentioned in my last video that I had the cross-shaped one in my 2901. That's this one. This is the 88, the 9388 or something like that. No, I think there's an 88 in the number. But I liked how that one looks in this plate. Better than in the AV32, which I like the 4051s better than that. Just because it matches the grid on them. And I figure, who cares if it was original or not? I more just am doing this for fun and aesthetics, and I mean, I guess I care about the originality a little bit, but I'm also not really getting rid of any of the original stuff, so who cares? So, yeah, so this was actually the strobe that was originally in that plate, but then I bought this plate and then I figured I'd put that in there. So I have that combination now. So that looks cool. And I'm thinking I'll put this, which is on the back box adapter, in the corner over there. And I like these back box adapters for this and this because that's just a really nice big back box, makes it nice and easy to wire. And you can see there's actually two wires going to that. And that's because if we come around the corner here, we got something else new. That is the Edwards vibrating bell with the matching these are the 1575 strobe plate. So that's also new. And yeah, that thing really makes that wall shake pretty good. And then over here, it's not wired in yet, but it will be soon. I'm waiting for my 18.4. I've got a Gentex, was it GMS 24? Something like that. And I just like that by the window. This is my egress window, and it just looks cool. It looks like an egress thing. So I kind of like it there. It just seems like it's where it should go. So right now, these are just sitting here, the wheelock and the, was this the 4901 or 3? I can't remember. And those are wired in, but they're not really like having an actual purpose other than just sitting there and looking pretty. This is not wired in at all right now, so not really part of the test, but it will be eventually when it's over there. This and the bell upstairs are wired and ready to go. So we'll do a continuous, and then I'll stop, and then I'll switch to temporal, and then we'll go from there, I think. Let's see what we can do here. All right. First, continuous. So I don't want to leave it going on too loud. My neighbors might think there's actually a problem. They already think I'm probably crazy anyway with all the loud music and other things I'm doing here all the time. All right, let's flip the dip switch here from follower to, what is it, sync or whatever? Or I don't know. Turn off the follower basically. And then it should be doing temporal. And one of the issues I had in the previous attempts at this is the temporal mode actually triggered my audible listener, which made my cell phone start going nuts and canceled my recording. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time, but if it does, I guess we're just gonna roll with it anyway. And here we go with a attempt at temporal 3. Hopefully we don't set off the fire alarm listener this time, which I covered up and moved temporarily. All right, here we go. Okay. I feel like I was clicking on that button. Turn off, turn off. gonna put the follower back on because that will actually make it follow the alarm system, which means if the alarm system is doing temporal, it will do temporal following it. Or if it's doing steady, it'll do steady. So that's actually how I want it. But for these kind of tests, it's a nice convenient little thing to do, to have that switch to flip it to temporal, just to make a nice little temporal test. What would be even cooler is to have some kind of tone generator that I can put off of the NAC that could do like march time and all the different ones, slow march, like those kind of things. I don't really know enough about this stuff, but if anyone has any ideas on what kind of things you could like attach after a NAC, preferably something that's like correctly supervised, not something sketchy, because obviously you can do something sketchy, but if anyone has any ideas for a proper device for that, definitely leave a comment below. Other than that, this was system test number 2. Who knew I'd be doing this? I've got some other cool things on the way to hopefully help complete all this. I think I mentioned I've got more 18.4. That's basically just this fire wire stuff, the red stuff. I got a few more back boxes, other things like that to help put things together. Yeah, the other video I showed the AV32 and the other Gamewell, or was it Space Age plate. So those are probably going to go upstairs somewhere. So at some point we'll do a system test that's not in the basement. Once I actually have those mounted in a more proper location. My big struggle has been, where am I going to get the wiring around in this house? For this one right here, there's a room right above it, which I'm going to try to see if I can get a wire to. And I have some methods I've done that in the past. Likewise over here, this is like my living room above here. So I have some wires. You can see there's Cat 5, some other stuff going up in there. So I think I have a good way to get a wire up there as well. So, you know, like I said, I'll put that bigger box in the corner here, and then this plate. And then I figure from there I can run a wire upstairs and back if needed to complete the loop. And so that, I think, will be the plan for that. So hopefully that all works out. And once that's done, I can do more of an upstairs test, as opposed to just down here in the basement. Although the bell is sort of upstairs. I mean, I kind of purposely put that. Let's go take a look at that actually. Maybe end the video up there. But the bell is purposely upstairs here. And my upstairs staircase is like right above it. So the fact that it vibrates this wall is actually super useful because, you know, it kind of vibrates all the way to upstairs, bedrooms, and just a good kind of place to have a bell if you're going to put a bell. At least I thought so. Just a mark on the wall from me trying to figure out where it's going to go. You can see I got it pretty close there. I wasn't really like wanting it that close, but it's more just how it worked. And like I said, I did have accidentally put a little hole down there. You can see the patchwork. I just need to throw some paint on there. It should blend in. The other interesting thing, if we go up here, this is another Faraday horn. This is 12 volts, so this is attached to the alarm system panel directly. So this was not part of the test we just did because I was not actually triggering a real alarm. I was just triggering like a programmable output. So at some point I will do that, and we'll do a full system test with the 12 volt and 24 volt stuff all at the same time. That's gonna be fun and loud. I'm definitely a little more worried about my neighbors doing something, maybe thinking something's wrong. So that one I'll probably try to keep super brief, maybe do in sections, because I really don't need to show the whole house going off at once. You know, you'll see the basement, you'll see upstairs individually. So we'll figure that out. But maybe even turn off the NAC stuff when I do that so you don't have to hear it all at once, just to have more individual horns being heard. Because they do all have a unique and kind of cool sound to them. So these ones are more of a horn. They're not the vibration kind. This, you can see, it's more of a plate, like the silver plate. This one I think is weatherproof. But it's opposed to the like vibrating horns where they have like the screws and stuff, and those have more of a buzzery kind of sound. So It is really cool to hear the different sounds. This one is really loud, so I like it right here because it's kind of central to the house. The buzzery one, I have a similar one though like this, but it's the buzzer version. I want that one upstairs because I feel the buzzer is more useful for bedrooms. So yeah, that's the plan for the 12 volt stuff. The 24 volt stuff, well, you heard as much already. And yeah, this is probably the first real sort of upstairs piece of that. But the next thing will be the AV32 and I guess the other Space Age / Gamewell plate. Those will probably go upstairs as well somewhere. We'll figure that out. And yeah, go from there. Well, until next time, this was system test number 2.